I wonder why the likes of P2B should be living in denial of the current realities within the Nigerian state. Despite of insecurity ravaging the entire regions of this country, P2B, upon visit to the Muslim community in Anambra, stated that the insecurity ravaging the north is as a result of poverty. Is P2B really serious with his arguments? If you have studied the current realities and the trends of events within the Nigerian state, you will understand that it is not basically driven by poverty. Now, when you talk about poverty, when you consider the allocation of resources within the Nigerian configuration, that the North have the highest allocation based on the formula of dispersing such resources. The North has the highest number of local governments. The North attracts several foreign aids. Peculiar to the North, that even the southern parts do not enjoy, both in terms of education, child education, girl education, facilities, free medical vaccinations, and the rest of them, NGOs supporting the northern parts. Now, you are saying that the North, the poverty, the insecurity in the North is as a result of poverty. I beg your pardon. You are just deceiving the masses. You are not honest with the truth. With the spike of insecurity targeted as Christian communities, people armed to the teeth, ravaging, dislodging communities, sacking military base with sophisticated unarmed military vehicles, drones, fighting the Nigerian Defense Force, sometimes overrunning the Nigerian Defense Force, the military. We've seen several cases, even in Jaji, in Kaduna State, where the Defense Academy was attacked and casualties recorded. Now, coming to tell the gullible Nigerians who will even want to believe him, is quite unfortunate that P2B have expressed such level of ignorance and not knowing the real problem within the Nigerian state. Now, if you are vying for the position of presidency and you don't know, you have not acquainted yourself with the problem, the basic fundamental issues bordering, of course, on insecurity and the rest of them, the main remote cause of insecurity is not poverty in the North. So it means P2B is delusional and insensitive to the plight, to the pains and agonies being spread by the Fulani militias, the killings, the massacre, to the point that even at the IDPs, people are being attacked. People are being targeted and attacked, despite the state of vulnerability of the IDPs. Southern Kaduna is being targeted because of their predominant Christian settlement. Jos, Agatu, Benue, and the rest of them. Is it as a result of poverty you are moving heavy armed duties, ammunitions? Who is sponsoring them? What is the motive? If it is poverty, then does poverty warrant you invading communities, killing, sacking, even children? What kind of poverty is that with sophisticated arms? Poverty makes them to start deploying the use of unarmed military vehicles, drones, in dislodging the military and the rest of them. P2B is quite unfortunate. You are still living in denial. With due respect, one should have thought that you have acquainted yourself with the realities, with the fundamental problem. That if you don't know the problem or you misrepresent the fact, how do you solve the Nigerian problem, even if you become the president? The fundamental issue bordering on this Nigerian state is foundational. Some persons believe they are born to rule, and not just born to rule, that the entire Nigerian state or space is the inheritance of their forefathers, is the estate of their forefathers. So they want to take it, they want to overrun, displace communities. It's poverty that makes them displace several communities in the plateau, and eventually they occupy them, rename them intentionally. It was an intentional, premeditated, calculated attempt to overrun, subjugate, suppress, annihilate, and take over the ancestral inheritance of the people. So P2B is very much disappointed. I'm not surprised, because an average Nigerian politician is just self-centered and driven by his personal interest first. If you must solve problems, you must get to the roots of the problems. You must understand the problems and know how to propose solutions. What kind of education? If education is a problem of the North, you've seen over 12 northern states coming to say we are clamping down on education. Their problem is not education. They deliberately frustrate education. Where the Saudi pupils, children are going to school, taking lectures, Nigerian northern governors are shutting down the education system, and you say education is their problem. If they value education, if education is their problem, they would have addressed it. What is the essence of Boko Haram? Which they believe is their brainchild, is their innovative, and is part of them. So P2B should still living in denial. It's quite very shameful and unrealistic. His statement is quite mischievous and shows that he doesn't even understand the problem, the multifaceted problem confronting Nigeria. What is confronting Nigeria today is ethnicity, driven by ethnicity, not even religion. Fulani want to overrun the Kanuris, overrun every ethnic nationality within the North, down to the South. They may hide under the cover of Islam, propagation of Islam and the rest of the, but it is ethnicity. They place ethnicity above religion and above every other sentiment. But the likes of P2B is just playing to the gallery. It's quite unfortunate. The killings in the East, the killings in the South, the massacre at the cathedral, Ondo State, the Owo killings, the recent killings in Ondo, where several communities were sacked. Is it as a result of poverty? Someone should talk to P2B, should stop this gallivanting and disruption and just distractions. It is quite irritating, very insulting. You come and say it's poverty that is driving the insecurity. It's the main root of insecurity in the North. They sponsor the insecurity. They know it's not education. Otherwise, why should a sitting governor shut down education because of Ramadan? These are religious sentiments driven by ethnicity. The Fulani want to capture the entire regions. It's not that they believe so much in Islam. You see, otherwise they shouldn't attack other of ethnic nationality that also practice Islam. But the reverse is the case today. Yoruba community, Muslim communities have been attacked by the Fulanese. So what is the place of Islam or religion? It is purely ethnicity, ethno-driven radicalism. So P2B should be aware. Stop deceiving the gullible ones. Nigerians want to know the truth. So the problem of Nigeria is not, or the northern part insecurity is not as a result of poverty. They force the poverty on the people so that they continue, of course, pushing their agenda, creating false narrative in order to deceive the gullible ones. So I'm ashamed of P2B because he can't solve even the Nigerian problem because he don't know it. The Nigerian problem is that there is no unity, there is no coherence, there is no patriotism. Because of this, Nigeria is stuck in the wheel of motionless despair and can never walk with this current template and deception. What has poverty to do with sacking farmers and stopping them from going to farm, killing them in their own farm, raping women all the way from Sahel regions down to the southern part or the eastern part, raping the women and desecrating the land, killing people, massacring and taking over people's ancestral homes? Does poverty call for that? With high intelligence, strategic, robust system supporting such moves, such nefarious activities, P2B have clearly shown that he is not even the Messiah for Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate. People are having high hopes and expectations on P2B, but he has already shown that he will disappoint Nigerians by his position. Being politically correct just to gain sympathy and the rest of the poverty. If poverty or lack of education is the problem of the North, they would have embraced the Jonathan robust education and modernization of the schools in the North. The deficit is they turn into Boko Haram training grounds, and of course for headers resting places. They sack communities, they sack the students, they adopt them and the rest of them because they don't want education. That is not their target. Their target is to Islamize, to overrun the country, including to subjugate P2B, to turn him as a slavery. Of course, if they are kind enough to spare him, which I doubt, they will turn him to perpetual subjugation. P2B should learn lessons. P2B should grow up. I'm not insulting this person, but he should stop provoking those who are intelligent, insulting his listeners. Let me have your own take regarding this issue. And the only way to solve Nigerian problem is the balkanization of this country. Take it or leave it. The realities keep staring at us.